Hello everyone, are you ready for another anime recap? Then subscribe right now to this Anime Plots YouTube channel and watch this full video. Did you subscribe? Okay, let's start the video.
Our story begins with Ichigo, and he punishes these young men after they break the flowers that were placed next to a place where a girl had died, and he is able to talk to the ghost of the dead girl. Ichigo, the hero of our story, a 15 years old, which he studies in 1st grade of secondary school. He's able to see ghosts, but he doesn't care much about it. Ichigo's father is a doctor, and his relationship with him is kinda strange. He has two sisters, Yuzu and Karin, and they are also able to see ghosts and feel them. And their father is the only one who is unable to see ghosts, nor feel them. As for their mother, she's dead. And the next day, Ichigo goes to put flowers for the ghost of the girl. He finds her running from a big monster destroying the city, but no one sees him until a girl dressed in black appears and kills him and then disappears. At night, she comes home to Ichigo's room looking for something, and he talks to her for a while, but she doesn't respond to him, to the extent that he hits her, and she's surprised that he was able to see her in first place, let alone to touch her. And she tells him that she is a Shinigami, and she tells him that she is from a world called Soul Society, and she came here to defeat evil spirits. And when he does not believe her, she uses something called Kido against him, which it is a technique used by Shinigamis. She strikes the soul with the back of the sword and sends it to the world of spirits, and explains to him that when a person dies, it turns to something kind of a ghost. Either it is a good spirit like what Ichigo sees, or an evil spirit named the Hollow, and these are like the ones that the girl was running away from, and they could attack humans and spirits and eat their souls. And tells him that her work as a Shinigami is that she returns spirits to the world of spirits and purifies the hollows and kills them. And in the midst of their words, a hollow attacks Ichigo's sisters, and Ichigo breaks his chains that no human can break and tries to save his sister, and the Shinigami helps him, and she tells him that the hollow wants to eat his soul, and the Shinigami protects him from the hollow. But she gets hurt and she's unable to continue, so she tells him that if you want to protect your sisters, you must turn into a Shinigami, and if he directly inserts the Zanpakuto into his heart, he will take the power of the Shinigami from her. And Rukia, which is her name, stabs him with the Zanpakuto in his heart and turns him into a Shinigami after taking all her strength. The monster attacks, but Ichigo takes care of him easily. Ichigo wakes up the next day and he finds that her sisters have forgotten everything that happened, and they think that some car has hit their house. So he goes to school and meets his friend Orihama and Tatsuki. Rukia is a new student with them in the class, and she explains to him that he will work as a Shinigami until her strength get back to her. Ichigo and Rukia meet Orihime, and Rukia notices a mark on her leg, and then they all go away. Ichigo finds out that Rukia is living in his wheel, and the Hollow, Orihime's brother, attacks them, and Ichigo recognizes him, and then the Hollow attacks Orihime and Tatsuki, and Orihime's soul comes out of her body, and her brother is still not complete Hollow, and fights the Hollow inside. He grabs Ichigo's sword and kills himself. Then Rukia erases Orihime's memories so that she doesn't remember what happened, and Ichigo decides to act as a substitute Shinigami. Ichigo tells about the first time he met Shadow, and Shadow finds a talking parrot. Well, it's not a parrot actually, it's a spirit, but he just doesn't know, so it brings bad luck to its owner. Well, it doesn't bring bad luck also. There is just a Hollow running behind him, wanting to eat his soul. Ichigo uses a special technique to follow the location of the spirits. He uses it to find Shadow and the parrot. The Hollow attacks Rukia, but Shadow comes to help and hits the Hollow, which he didn't even see. Ichigo arrives and fights the Hollow, who tells him that he killed the mother of the child that is in the parrot, and he tells him that on this day he fell out of the window after the child grabbed on him. So he decided to punish the child and said to him, if you stay in the parrot for 3 months, I'll return to you your mother. So Ichigo gives him a crushing blow and kills him immediately, and opens the gates of hell and takes the Hollow there. Ichigo returns the boy to the world of spirits. Rukia goes to Urahara, who opened a shop on the Narrow, sells tools belonging to the Shinigami, and buys from him tools that remove the soul from the body and leave a fake soul there. Ichigo tries it and leaves the soul of his body, and goes to kill the Hollow, and it turns out that Urahara sold the wrong item to Rukia, and the spirit in Ichigo starts doing strange things. And first thing when Ichigo comes, he runs away from him, and Ichigo understands from Rukia that the spirit in his body is from a project that was in a place in the spirit world, which is supposed to make souls exchange, and Ichigo meets him as he tries to defeat the Hollow, and talks to him until Urahara came and took him out of Ichigo's body. And because Ichigo has a good heart, he takes the pill and puts it in a teddy bear's body and calls him Kun. Ichigo asks Rukia for a break from the Shinigami's work, because the day after is the anniversary of his mother's death, and in the spirit society, the spirits talk about Rukia, and that she was staying for so long on Earth. Rukia knows that the one who killed Ichigo's mother was a Hollow, and one of the Shinigamis watches them. Ichigo remembers remembers that he was walking with his mother and found a girl jumping on the water, and when he tried to save her, she disappeared, and when he woke up, he found his mother killed. The Shinigami appears to Rukia and tells her that he came to bring her back to the spirit world, and Ichigo comes to spoil the matter and tells him that he is a substitute Shinigami, and this is a crime in the spirit society. Then a hollow attacks Ichigo's sisters. Ichigo arrives and sees the girl who tried to save her with the hollow, which turned out to be the hollow's tail. And the Shinigami protects Ichigo's sister, and Ichigo hits the hollow and runs away, and the Shinigami leaves them and bids farewell. Ichigo and Rukia go to defeat the hollow and find someone who has preceded them and killed him, so they go back to school, and another hollow appears, and Ichigo and Rukia goes to defeat them, and Ichigo hits Ichida, the first on school, and they go, and again they found that the hollow was defeated again. Ichida appears again and tells him that another hollow will appear. He then kills him with a bow arrow. He tells him that he is a Quincy. He says to Ichigo, "I don't like you." Then he leaves them and goes. Ichigo meets him again, and Ichigo sits down and tells him that he knew that he was a Shinigami from the first time he entered the school because of his high spiritual energy that he cannot control, and because the Ririko of the Shinigami is red. Rukia goes to ask Urahara about the Quincy, and he tells her that they were human beings with abilities and senses of hollows. But the difference between them and the Shinigami is that the Shinigami purifies the soul, but the Quincy kills it, and that's why the Shinigami exterminated them 200 years ago, in order to maintain the balance. And then Ichida challenges Ichigo, who is able to kill the largest number of hollows. Ichida uses a bait that attracts hollows, and many hollows begin to appear and attack people whose spiritual energy is high. And Shadow goes to save Ichigo's sister Karin, and turns his arm into this shape, and defeats the hollow after he sees it, and he doesn't know how this even happened, and then he risks a little. Hollow attacks Orihimi's friends and makes them attack her. So the pins on her hair turn into fairies, and they tell her that their presence has something to do with Ichigo, and they are good at doing armor and healing people and killing the hollows as well. Hollows keep coming, and Urahara brings Shadow and Orihime and teaches them about hollows, and that Ichigo works as a Shinigami. Ichida talks about his teacher who died at the hands of hollows, who was the last Koinshi, and Ichigo tells him the same about his mother, that she died on Hollow's hand as well. Then they become friends and defeat the hollows. More hollows started to come, and their number increases, and a large hollow named Minos appears, which is a quantity of hollows gathered in one body, and Urahara comes with his friends to help, and says to Ichigo and Ichida that they are going to defeat Minos, and they will take over the matter of the hollow. And Ichida realizes that if he holds Ichigo's sword, his spiritual energy will increase. Ichigo then confronts Minos and forces him to go. He rests a little, but Ichigo Zanpakuto absorbs a huge power, and Ichida grabs it and discharges the energy with his bow. The next day, a cat which is a friend to Urahara comes to him. The cat says to him that they have arrived. Who has arrived? From here, I can tell you that the real events will start. Rukia leaves a message for Ichigo, and he doesn't see it, and she says thank you for standing up with me and being brave too. She goes, and two guys are watching her.
How was the video? We hope it was good. If so, please check these videos. Also, please comment down your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing now to show the support to our channel. We hope to see you soon with another video right in this channel. Have a nice day.